What is up, mover and shakers? I want to talk about things that motivate me. I think one of the number one things that I've been thinking out for 2020 is clarity. It's that moment or thought that when that power takes over you of this clearness that you have, where things just disappear and like you have that, I know I need to do this. I know I need to move in that direction. I see the bigger picture. I know what's important, and I'm ready to move. I love clarity. I think another one is forgiveness. Isn't it amazing when you see people forgive each other? I know time heals all wounds, and then you see people and they come together. But there's something about two people that agree to forgive and move on. I feel like we hold way too many grudges because we judge when each and every one of us face those same issues. And a lot of times the mirror of the reflection of what we see that is dirty and gross and disgusting in somebody else is something that we have a fear inside of ourselves. I want to forgive. I want to live a life without resentment. I want to feel full in my forgiveness. And no matter what someone does, I want to be able to release that negative emotion that's inside of myself and say, you're forgiven. I may not communicate with that person. I may not have them in my life, but I want to forgive. There's something that may be controversial here, but you know what really motivates me is people that have differences, that they like different things. You know, I'm a very optimistic, like this go-lucky, sanguine type personality. But you know, those melancholies, which are opposite of sanguine, the melancholy, the dark, like I like to go to my tattoo artist and hear his heavy metal music. There's just something unique about how a person's perceptions of things are. And it's interesting to me because I'm so light and fluffy. To get into the deep and the dark is I love differences. I like being the only person that is normal in a room. I like to be surrounded by difference. I like to, and really what is normal? I was like the only normal, bland person in the room. But think about it. What's normal? What's normal to me is not normal to somebody that lives, 5,000 miles across the country. We have such a horrific view of difference, but I love it. I love engaging political conversation with somebody that's far left or far right or in the middle. I think it's great. I can find so much value and learn so much from someone. I may disagree with them, but guess what? I can appreciate their difference, especially if it's articulated well. I love difference. You know what else motivates me? Happiness, true happiness. Not attached to consumerism. That motivates me. To be in the game of entrepreneurship because you love the game, not because you want money. Money's not a bad thing. That's great. Hooray. We all got it. Because if you make what? They say if you make over $36,000 a year, you're in the top certain percentage of the world for being rich. I think it's like 1%. Isn't that crazy? And we look at $36,000 as poverty level. But I'm telling you something. True happiness, not based off of consumerism, true happiness that's deep, true happiness where you can be around that person. We've all been around somebody like that. They're just have this spiritual happiness that exudes from their inner core. It's something that's interdimensional. And I love that. There's this one word for it. It's awesome. I love being around people. I love displaying happiness to others. You know what else that motivates me? Art. I think, I'm not some big art dude. I don't, I'll go to art galleries and stuff like that. Sometimes I even, like on some of them, I even feel out of place, but I still go to them. I like going to art museums. I just love creativity, and I love what people can do from their minds and what they can possess and put out there. It's all inspiring to me to think, how could somebody be this talented to be able to display this in such a way? I love to see fringe art, like where they take the worst things of society and they put it out there and they show it and illuminate it to us. And like I said, I'm not this guy that is super into art. Maybe I should study it a little bit more, but think about it. And some of you are artists out there, and this is nothing for you, but for me, to take a blank canvas and be able to create something amazing and beautiful from nothing, that's true creation. That is spiritual. That's goodness and everything that I want to be a part of. Art motivates me. Art and marketing motivates me. I love seeing great marketing work with brands, with logos. There's just something interesting about it. Entrepreneurship, that motivates me, of course. To say, fuck it to the rest of the world and go do and be on your own. This country was built on that. I watched as they were doing the gold rush and people were just striking out and going up to Alaska and some of these places against all odds. They didn't have planes. They didn't have air condition. They had horses, axe, one of those like gold miner pans, and they were out in the wilderness in search of. And it's that same desire that scares the life out of a lot of people that us as entrepreneurs have. We're the ones that would be willing to risk it all to gain and beat the game. Because that's what it was. Yes, it was the thrill of striking it rich, but it was the game. It was the excitement. It was the adventure. And that's what I love about entrepreneurship. That's what motivates me. It inspires me to do more, to be better, to work harder. I like faith. Faith motivates me. I like that we can hold on to something that's intangible, that we don't have to logically figure everything out, that we can say, I believe in this. It may not make sense, but there's something bigger than me. There's something that is all inspiring, that is encompassing, and I believe in it. I'm not talking about religion. I'm talking about true faith. I've seen it with people that's been married 50, 60 years, that faith that they have in each other. That inspires me. People that volunteer selflessly. I was at the park the other day and I saw this line of homeless people, and I saw these people that were out there and they're just serving, just truly serving. And as a leader, you look at that and it's like, these people have nothing to give back to you. They're taking from you. But it's not what they can give back to you. It's what you're doing, what you're putting out in the universe. And servanthood like that is amazing to me. They were talking about, I was reading an article and they're talking about Mother Teresa, and she was in like the worst parts of India helping lepers and, cleaning up after them and doing, they have nothing. And then how many times are we willing not to help and serve and even talk to somebody unless we think that we're going to get an advantage, unless we think that we're going to receive something from it? When at the end of the day, what are we? Are we better? Why do we feel that way? Why do we think everything revolves around us? There's something special about people giving their time to help other people. To have that amount of patience and that amount of love. They're very special people, and they need to be honored more in our society. I love music. Music motivates me. And everybody that knows me, they know I have music going all the time. And I know you guys are going to hate me for this. I'm going to lose podcast listeners right now. But I love EDM music. I'm 46 years old, and I've been listening to techno since the early 90s, since I was a teenager, and I followed the genre all the way through. There's something about having 120, 140 beats per minute, music going in the background, and me just work, and just listening to it. It's amazing to me. But I love all kinds of music. To hear a great song, that in 15, 30 seconds, you can be moved to tears that quickly. I listen to not only EDM music, and this sounds funny, but I love worship music, like church worship music, like especially modern worship music. It's so positive and uplifting. If you've never listened to it, I encourage you to. Just put it on your Spotify, your Pandora. Put worship music in. And I like the old school stuff with the organs and all that. I'm talking like modern worship music. Like Mosaic and Hillsong and Elevation. Just put that in. I listen to it every morning when I get up because it motivates me. It puts me in the right mindset of love and service to others. It brings an awareness of being positive and connecting to what's good inside of me. And you don't have to be religious to listen to it. It's just amazing music. They do such an amazing job, those artists. The talent of music and the way that they can play instruments, or the way that they can write music. It's just pure emotion, pure talent. And it motivates me. You know what else motivates me? It's great leaders, leadership. Sometimes you'll see a leader and you really don't understand or know what makes them tick, but there's this respect that you have for them, this amazing ability. When they bring a team together and create this team, and then from there, a new product comes out, a new idea, something that's revolutionary, and there was a leader involved in that. That is motivating, guys. When you can get people, I was in the Marine Corps, and there's just amazing leaders in the Marine Corps. When you can get people to work together for a greater cause and to be cohesive, even to the point of willing to die for each other, that's amazing leadership. Another one is the idea of sport. I'm not talking about like soccer or MMA, or those are things I love, but I'm talking about the idea of giving your all, training, working hard, being with the team, being together. That drive, that perseverance, the desire, the hardness to bring out the very best. And when you think you're giving 110%, it comes out even harder. And you overcome, and miracles begin to happen. That motivates me. Another thing that I think motivates me probably more than anything, and it's very simple, and that is love. How do we create it? Where does it come from? What is this magic that is eternal, that never fails, that makes us do crazy things, that enlivens us more than anything? They say that euphoric feeling is even more than any drug that you can take. And it's created out of nothing and then generated into this phenomenal feeling of complexities that just burn inside of our brain and cause us to almost be infatuated with what we deeply care about. To the point of every movie that's out there, you see a sacrifice, a selflessness. It's love. It's what can cause each of us to agree that we're humans. And I hate this political climate that's going on right now in the United States and how much each other are hating. We could not be a powerhouse and be the best that we can be in this world if we are arguing over silliness. Politics to me is like the WWE, like a bunch of wrestlers putting on masks, going out on this pretend mat, doing these pretend moves, and then afterwards going out to the bar and having a beer together and laughing about what they've done. And everybody around them gets excited, and they know it's all fake, but they get so excited. And I'm not saying anything against wrestling. Those are tremendous athletes. But I'm saying, why do we get so worked up over these things? Does it really affect you that much? Where it would cause you to look at another American, another human being, and say, I hate you? And say horrific things about them? And that brings me to my last one. What motivates me is when I see community. When I see people that support each other, that believe in each other, that want to inspire positive change, that want to be in this togetherness of something great. And I hope this causes you to think. And I hope you think about things that motivate you. Because if you tap into those things, it changes the energy field around you. It changes who you are as a person. When you begin to focus on the things that motivate you, you will be motivated and you will influence through that motivation. And all these things that I talked about, you will create and do in your service to mankind. So thank you guys. I appreciate each and every one. I'm humbled. Last month, we broke records. I'm talking records. Up 40% from the month before that. And that month before that was up 50% on downloads. And we're just in Albuquerque. And you guys are downloading and listening to this and sharing it and responding. And I just am so thankful and humbled by each and every one of you. And I know you're out there grinding and hustling. And I know all the negativity can be all around you. And some days you feel like giving up. There are some of you that are out there right now. Maybe you got your teeth kicked in 5 too many times. But find the things that motivate you and move yourself. Pick yourself up off the ground and slowly, if you have to limp, if you have to drag yourself, go in that direction. See what miracles begin to happen in your life when you begin to put this energy out there. I'm telling you, it's amazing. And we live in the most amazing time this world has ever known, with so many abundant resources that are available at our fingertips. The amount of availability to accomplish greatness is all around us. So stop looking at the negativity, because I'm going to tell you right now, all that is an excuse. It's one big excuse for you to play the victim. It's one big excuse for you to say, I'm not good enough, and beat yourself up. And it's one good excuse for you to quit. And failure comes when we get to that point and we decide to say, nope, I'm not done. I know who I am. I know what I believe in. I know what motivates me. And it's time, Jason. It's time for me to show the world my special ability, my special gifts, and everything that I can bring to influence those around me to make my world, the one that I've created, great. So thank you guys. I appreciate it. Never have I ever imagined the response that I have gotten from you. And I'm just excited about 2020. I'm excited about how we're going to move forward and how we're going to do it together. I'm excited about the city and the potential that it has and the growth that will be on the horizon. It's amazing. Once again, let us all be thankful.
Thank you for joining us on the Albuquerque Business Podcast. And thanks to our sponsor, RigbyDigital.com. Make sure to subscribe and share. And go to abqpodcast.com. Get show notes, resources, and links to everything we talked about today to help you navigate your journey as an entrepreneur and business owner.